This is some music in.
What up? Hey, Washington. What up, Pat? How's it going, man?
What's up, man? What's up, man? It's been too long since we've been back together out here on the podcast. Man, your background looks amazing. I'm jealous. Still working on mine. It's coming along little by little. Got a big open
Hey,
space. Still up.
I think it looks amazing. So don't be mad, okay?
Oh, man. Looks great, bro. Let's get into this.
We're working on sound. And are you still getting an echo from me at all?
Just a tiny one. I could deal with this one.
That's good.
It all depends on how the audience feels about it. What's up, everybody? It's the B&B Indigenous Podcast again with your two co-hosts right here. Your Indigenous brother from another mother, Patrick Littlewood Brooks, and my main man, Mr. Ron Belgard.
Yeah. In a good way like that. Dude, I was saying how I want to get one that Make America Native hat, and then I had a sweatshirt that said that, and then somebody snagged it from me on the powwow circuit. So I was like, well, I guess somebody will, at least be sporting and representing.
Yeah, we always buy two in my house because me and my wife, we're always wearing each other's stuff. So I always find one. If I lose mine, I'll grab hers. But yeah, we normally buy two of everything because we interchange everything. We'll buy one of each color, like one of each color that we like. That we could flip flop it,
Yeah. Well, we were talking before we actually got things going about putting Native music on, and I want to represent for everybody. That's what I want people to know right now, especially those drum groups that are out there on the road day in and day out, and especially all over the country. You know what I mean? Like he's eating some soup. It's got shrimp chunks in it right now, little shrimps. And he's got a wife, so like she cooks for him and stuff. Like, listen, ladies, I am a clean guy. You know what I'm saying? I do my dishes. I wash them by hand. You know what I mean? And I'll cook for you. And I know Pat cooks too. So if you want to come over and cook me some shrimp gumbo or some jambalaya or whatever, come on over.
Hey, let me tell you what, my wife likes to experiment in the kitchen. So this is shrimp with wild rice and some veggies in here. I don't really know what it's called. All I know is it's got mushroom in it. I've been sick for the last 3 days with the flu, and she has been. And let me tell you what, this woman knows how to get me back on my feet. She's an apothecary specialist herself. She feels like everything you got can be cured through your stomach. So whenever I get sick or something, she's always looking through the recipe book to find out what she can do to heal me up.
I heard a joke from one of my bros like that. Do you know a woman's fastest path to a man's heart? And one of the sisters piped in right away. She's like, yeah, straight through his chest cavity. Jeez, man hater.
So we have a lot to discuss, man. We have a lot to discuss.
We do.
A lot happened since we've been on last. We have the traitor and pedophile in office making big decisions.
Yeah, dude.
And you know what? I'm not kind of happy that it's happening. It hurts my heart that these women have went through this, but kind of happy because it gives us the ability to look within our own communities.
These right.
These are things that we have discussed before. We are going to discuss again because it's something that ain't going away. We'll stop discussing it goes away, and that is the amount of sexual assault that goes on in our own communities.
Yes.
To our own children. The pedophilia doesn't stop at the white man's borders. It goes on in our own community. And even Epstein, there was a couple of natives in the Epstein list. One that already died a while back, and he had already been proven up on all those pedophile charges. You
That's
know,
right.
I know I piss a lot of people off on my face over there because I come hard, man. I got men that say I'm a man hater because I believe that men need to take more accountability uh, of other men. We are our brother's keeper, and we've gotten away from that, and we've gotten to this point where it's just like I don't want to cause any trouble, so I'll look the other way. And then when something happens, and then they want to speak about it when it's something happens directly to their family, when their little girls are touched or when their family members is assaulted. Now they become these super vigilant natives that where were you when those people needed you then? And we need to start calling this out because this ain't about chivalry. It's about protecting our people. Uh, Ashley, that's what I love to hear. That's what thing I love about you, Ron. That's what thing I love about you, man. We're on the same page with this because, like I said, I've had tribal communities call me out for saying that I'm putting people's business out in the streets. And I've had other tribal nations reach out to me to go, hey, we love your podcast. We love what you speak about. But some of the things we need to stay is in house. So that's the issue is we keep them in house. I don't know where native people we're so used to hiding ourselves and that we don't want to put this stuff out in the public, but it needs to be put out. It needs to be talked about. It needs to talk. We have women out there that stop going to powwow because their sexual assault predator is in the powwow committee or the MC or the arena director or so on and so forth. I made a post the other day and I thought I was going to get overwhelming support, which I mostly did, but I was getting comments I didn't expect. I posted the other day, how about we do a sex offenders registry for powwow? That before you put on a powwow, you have to request that list. You have to review that list. And everybody that comes into your powwow that wants to dance has to show ID, tribal ID, or regular ID to show who they are, that their names are not on that list. And at first, I got a lot of women that supported this because they believe that we should have a sex registry for a powwow and ceremony. But there was a couple people I was surprised going, oh, that would really ruin people's lives. Listen, I'm a dad of 4 daughters. I'm a, as far as I'm concerned, I don't care about your life when it comes to protecting profiles. My daughters come first. My wife comes first. Uh, my aunties come first. The women, I'm from a matrilineal society, holding the Shoney through and through, Tuscarora, Scout people. You know what I mean? So our women play a not just a special role, but one of the most important roles in Haudenosaunee people. We are led by our women. Most tribes here on the East Coast were matrilineal. We were led by our women. So when our women come to us and go, we don't feel safe here, we need to pull up our bootstraps and go, okay, why, who, what, where, and take care of it because we're losing that respect from our women. And I had a native guy speak the other day talking about, oh, native women don't want to date native men. Bull, bull. There's nothing more than a traditional native woman wants to do is date a native man, but she doesn't want to date a native man that's an alcoholic, a woman beater, or a pedophile. And in today's environment, it's hard to find them, and I get it. I used to ask. Yep. Yes. Mhm. Mhm. We need to start bringing back the Warrior Society because the war is not just all overseas. We have warrior societies, but we need localized. We need a national guard. In other words, we need a native national guard in our communities to go. Guess what? Our women are coming home from the club. We're going to walk them home. These, these, these single women need a ride to school. We're going to give them a ride to school. These young girls need a young man to look up to. We're going to provide those young men and young ladies to look up to. And before I continue, I want to give a big shout out to a couple people that just came in. My brother Keon, and I don't know if you know who Keon is. Keon is actually one of my close friends. He just had a brand new baby. Congratulations! Him and his lady are moving mountains. They're doing fantastic things. I want to give a big shout out to my brother out there and just say, oh, I just got a message from Keon said they can't hear you for some reason. No, you're kind of low. I think Keon, I want to fix that now. If you have any comments, concerns, or the audio or visuals are not coming in, please give us a message. We'll take care of that issue right now. I can hear you fine. I'm going to see if Keon waking on get coming. Hey, if you guys can hear both of us clearly, please give us a big thumbs up. I don't know. Okay. Oh, right. He said, you sound great. I sound good on my mic, but Ron literally is muted. He'll switch out the mic. All right. I can hear you fine. Still no. You actually got a little loud. You got a little louder. Oh, much louder. On my end, you sound great. I can hear you really clear. He said now there's a faint sound like underwater. Is anybody on your Facebook or our B&B page saying anything? I'm gonna go over to our B&B page.
Check 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Uh-huh.
Give me a second. I'm gonna actually take this off for a sec.
Already. No, we're gonna work this out, you guys. I'm sorry about it. Even if I have to adjust, my camera and change it up. I have two devices in front of me that I can work very successfully, and I shall. That's exactly what I'm gonna do today.
I'm getting your audio now. I'm
Are
getting,
you?
yeah, I couldn't hear it when I first started cutting on. We might have to start this conversation over again because I think most of yours was uh muted when we did our conversation.
Okay. And look at that. This microphone's working great. And I'm just gonna adjust this up a little bit like that. There we go. Let's enter the studio.
You have a little bit of an echo.
Well, yeah, let me cut this microphone off here real fast.
Hello, hello.
And we turn that off. Alrighty. See, now we got two cameras on there.
Can you hear me pretty good?
Oh, yeah.
You have a little bit of an echo.
Do I?
Yeah, not bad though. It's doable.
We'll try this. Let's see. You're going to see two of me on here. That's better, right? There it is. Check 1 2. Test 1 2.
All right.
I know you can hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, well, seeing me, that's what we're after.
I had no issue hearing you. It was everybody else.
Now that I'm using the microphone from my laptop.
Okay, well, it's echoing like hell. Why is it echoing so much?
I think it has to do with my settings on here. Let's go like this. Audio.
What's up, baby? Yes.
How about now? Are we still?
Oh, there we go. You're clear.
Yay! I'm echoing in my own headphones, so I'm going to go like this. No, man, I'm thinking about here. I'm turned off, and I can hear you straight on my iPad. Talk to me, Pat.
All right, let's I don't want to continue unless they can hear you. I'm trying to get people to tell me they can hear you. If you can hear Ron, give us some kind of comment, thumbs up, something. I'm going over to my comments.
Check 1 2. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, here you go, clear. Gloria said you are coming in clear. So we are good. Let's continue. So let's go back to the beginning of this conversation. We were talking about the great pedophile and chief in office right now. He who walks with bullshit. So we have all this pedophilia coming out of here, and we're starting to notice that people are starting to take notice within our own communities that this stuff needs to be talked about. We got to stop hiding it. We got to stop treating it like, oh, it's in the tribe, and we need to keep. No. I want to know if there's a pedophile near my kid.
That's right.
And we go to each other's reservation. We go to each other's. I mean, I'd go as far as every single reservation needs to devise a pedo list, and every single tribal member should have a copy of that pedo list, every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And people that are banned from powwow and ceremonial grounds. No
Mm-hmm.
ifs, ands, buts. I'm sorry. Yes, people get and I understand people get accused of wrongdoings that they didn't commit. I understand there's a lot less innocent than there is guilty. I'm sorry. Some people are going to suffer. As a parent myself, I want to know, and it's time for us to start putting this stuff forward, bro.
We need to know. It's not, and this shouldn't be something where we're affected by a Stockholm syndrome situation, for instance. Okay, that's what I was talking about with the tribes down there in Australia. It's the same as the tribes here. Our hearts were humongous. They were humongous, full of love, full of intergenerational wisdom. Our kids knew how to take care of themselves by the age of 3. Our children knew that the whole of the community supported them, and any time that they were dealing with any emotions, something like that. As a matter of fact, like when a child will cry, all of the women would cry with that child, just to show solidarity with that child. That's what I mean about the Dog Soldier Society and bringing that back. And then people will use this to weaponize it right now. This has been the situation all along with the United States hegemony, the heteropatriarchy, the violence in our communities against our people, simply for existing on our own lands. They they destroyed all kinds of different stuff. What do we got going on here? Oh, I can't. All of a sudden, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I put the microphone on. I just turned on the feature to allow people to comment. If you come over to our on our Facebook page, the B&B Indigenous Podcast, you'll be able to comment and be involved in the conversation. It's a little harder if you're just on our personal pages.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on Ron's or you're on my personal page and trying to comment, it's hard for us to see the comments. But if you come over to the B&B Indigenous Podcast and you comment on this show, we can bring your comments into the main room and add you into the discussion. And if you want to be a guest on the show, or if you want to pop in and add your 2 cents to the conversations, we invite you. Just let us know. We'll bring you in a StreamYard. We'll bring you on as a personal guest and let you get your point of view out about everything. We want this to be an open platform, so everyone has a voice. Everyone can say their piece, as long as it's respectful. As long as it's respectful and knowledgeable. Don't come on here talking about stuff you don't understand.
Yeah, because we don't want to have to pull that card.
No.
I've always wanted to say that.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, we have a lot to talk about. This is just the scratch the surface. Me and Ron's just scratching the surface, just doing some sound check and some our lighting. As this show goes on, we're going to start keeping a steady pace of programming. I know we kind of fell off last time with the holidays, everything that got to us, and then I had a baby, and then it was like, whew.
One thing after the other, and after the other, and after the other. But we're not afraid of all of that.
My wife had a baby. I was there to catch it.
That's right. Sorry, yes.
We'll give her the credit, not myself. She's the one that had the baby. I was there to catch it. But we're going to be back on there. We're going to start going on every week. We said Saturday night, right?
We're planning Fridays because that's a good night for us. But like I said, when we're meeting in the middle at 5 to 8, because Patrick's 3 hours ahead. You know what I mean? And that's cool. We're good with that, But we want to make sure that everybody's getting quality, entertainment from this. Their learning experience and their learning curve is improving. I mean, it's the same for us too. We're learning from our community. We want to know the stories of struggle and sacrifice and commitment and dedication. Like, we want to hear all of these things from the indigenous people. We want our kids to be able to share in those things. We want to create a protective and loving, warm atmosphere to reestablish trust in our indigenous communities. This isn't just a personal attack on people out there. We should already have these things planted within us as human beings inherently to protect our families from evil. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, that's our job. That's our job. I don't the bar is set so low. I mean, that's our job right there. It shouldn't even be a debate. Everybody today wants to debate. Everybody wants to argue. Everybody, you ever meet those people that will argue with you just for hell's sake, even though they agree with you? They agree with what you're saying, but they have to play the other side of the fence. This ain't one of those times.
Yeah.
Protecting our children, putting a sex registry together, putting a list together for these pedos out here, the people and women beaters out there, not allowed
Yeah.
to.
I was just going to say that. It's not the only thing. There's drug dealers in our communities that are destroying our identities. They're poisoning our kids. The fentanyl crisis is out of control, and it's not. This is an international crisis that we're dealing with right now.
Yep.
This is and it's humongous. And these things are all cultural wars. People don't understand why these things are being flooded into North America. There's other countries out there that are in a culture war with the United States. Nothing that has to do with the indigenous communities. These are just the fallouts of their bad business. Their 247 years of violence and abuse, or 248 years now, in their heteropatriarchal nonsense. This is
Colonization is real.
mhm. But the healing properties of our ways. We should be able to go to a matter of fact, we didn't get a chance to talk about this last year when that shooting happened over there at that powwow. That was probably one of the saddest days of my life to think about for our people when it comes to what we're dealing with, the fallout of violence, the fallout of addiction, the fallout of intergenerational trauma, the fallout of infighting in our communities. Like it's everywhere, bro.
Dude, it blows me away, man. Over the last, I'm disappointed in my own people in a lot of ways, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The simple fact is, we've had a witch hunt. We went through a witch hunt for a while where they were calling anybody they questioned to have native blood as a phony, as a fake, as a pretendian. They were going to dox people's information. I see registered federal recognized natives getting attacked because they're mixed bloods.
I know.
You know what I mean? I have seen state recognized tribal members get attacked by federal recognized tribal members, calling them fake. I have seen people's careers ended or close to ended because of all this. We have become so much like what we've hated for so long.
Yeah.
That's what's funny. We've become our captors. We have become our dude. The Bad Bunny performance for the Super Bowl. How many disrespectful ass natives I heard about? Oh, he spoke in Spanish, and I'm like, dude, you can't even speak your own language. You speak in the colonizer's language, but you don't care about learning your own. But you're worried about somebody speaking Spanish, a language, by the way, that has lasted the test of time.
Yeah.
Since they were colonized by Spain. And we're talking about from a nation of people that know what it is to be in Indian schools, where you're forced not to use your language, you're forced not to use your culture. It was against the law to use your ceremonies. You would think we would be more, hey, he's using his language. That's awesome. He's representing his people. That's awesome. You know why I think a lot of these people out here, bitch? Because they can't do it for themselves.
And they ain't got nothing better to do.
Nothing, man. We are a.
And do you ever look somebody straight in their face and say, "Why don't you grow the fuck up?"
Oh my goodness. No, I think I'm childish sometimes, but I watch cartoons.
That's not childish, bro. That's being in touch with your new
I
self.
watch cartoons and I play with toys with my kids and I buy big. You know what though?
Yeah.
I ain't out here crying about a grown man using his first language.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It blows me away. The idiotic. Now I got natives going, well, Mexicans, they're Mexican, they're not native. Yeah. What are you talking about? They're not native. What do you mean Mexicans aren't native? South Americans aren't native. They are indigenous to their countries. They're
From Argentina to the top of Alaska, bro.
Turtle Island, if we want to use that terminology, Turtle Island is entire North America, Canada, and South America. That's Turtle Island. We want to talk about living traditional. Well, if that's true, if we live traditional about Turtle Island, then those are our brothers and sisters down there. Those are our cousins. They're more linked to their culture than we have in many years.
Mestizos and Mayas and Incas still speak their languages. Olmecs and Toltecs and Zapotecs and Mixtecs, all those tribes all speak their language fluently right now. Right now, because one of the things that differed between Spanish colonialism and English colonialism was the euthanization of all of our identity as one thing. Spaniards, they didn't prevent those people from speaking their language. They were violent and abusive and rapists and murderers and all of those things to our indigenous brothers and sisters down that way. And so everybody knows South America is called Shell Island. So we got Turtle Island and Shell Island. But the entire Western Hemisphere is indigenous First Nations peoples from the bottom of Argentina to the top of Alaska. And not only that, but every single one of those tribes has dealt with the exact same thing that your narrow-minded ass has dealt with. And it's very difficult for people to accept that when you start really pushing on them, or it's almost as bad as a Trump supporting native. It's almost that bad. It's like, how narrow do you have to be, bro? Like, how many different examples do you need of rape and pedophilia? How many different emails do you need, bro? I'm sorry, they were talking about this earlier. They were saying something about how, it's not just the Epstein files. They should be called the World Elitist Files, the E files, the E elitists. That's because they're all in there doing horrible, horrible things worldwide. This isn't something that's local and isolated just to North America, as we're seeing. This is a worldwide sinister cartel. It is a banking cartel, and it's designed to keep people dumbed down. It's designed to keep people on this narrow path and limiting your rights until you don't have them anymore. It's all of that stuff. It's sticking every human being on the reservation. Those are prison camps we're talking about, bro. The reservation. Res life is the native life. Oh, bullshit. That's a prison camp, bro. Even if people don't want to see it that way in the modern times right now, in reality, I mean, and I'm just speaking from my experiences in reservation and reserve communities out there and how they control indigenous minds, hearts, bodies, and spirits. And a lot of that has to do with there's a certain pedigree in native communities, for instance, the upper class as they try to posture themselves to be. You have the enforcement class and law enforcement, you have courts, but most of those things are dirty and they're lopsided to protect the family's interests and leave every single other person in those communities hanging high and dry and broke and wondering why there's no opportunities because those people are sucking that money and opportunity out and providing it just for their people nepotistically. Never mind everybody else.
This power vacuum that's within our community where these leaders are allowed to do whatever they want to our people, it's time to start taking accountability. No woman should go to a powwow in fear for her life. No woman. No parent should. Dude, when I was growing up in the powwow community, I used to feel safe with my kids running free. My kids would be all over the place, playing with other people's kids, getting dirty, you know what I mean? And just having fun and meeting cousins and relatives and having a good time. And
Right.
other moms would come over and give me a heads up. Hey, your daughter was in the bathroom. I walked her into the bathroom to make sure she was okay. Hey, Patrick, your daughter came over to our tent. We fed her already, so you got to worry about feeding her. We were always that way. Nowadays, with my son being, I don't think I lay him down and walk away. I don't think I do. It's hard to, that trust is hard to get back after everything we've been through and what I'm seeing now. And the response from the Native community has been, oh, it's been sad that we get more angry about someone pretending to be Native than we do about the guy touching our kids in the community.
That's right.
We'll blow somebody up on Facebook. Oh, I couldn't find your grandma's records in 1949, so you couldn't be this. But the guy beating his wife in the tent next to him, he'll ignore that. But God bless you, you be a half breed or a quarter breed or a third breed or belong to 7 tribes instead of 1 tribe.
Right. And that's exactly what I've been saying this whole time for everybody is it has nothing to do with any excuses or any this, that, or the other thing. It has to do with how we are looking out for each other. Been always the way that it's been, and that's the way that it should always be, bro.
I agree. I totally agree.
And you know, with and not to bring up another predator, but Nathan Chasing Horse finally getting a conviction. Finally got that punk
What's it
motherfucker.
up? What's it up? They haven't did sentencing yet.
Well, it's coming.
Yeah,
And they're adding more charges, as a matter of fact, from my understanding. So
lock his ass under the prison.
dude, and this is where it's I think it's hard for everybody right now because victim shaming and victim blaming is central to what's going on in the White House at this moment.
It is.
No, don't you look at me. Don't look at all the things that I'm doing. Don't do any of this. It's only as I say, bro. It ain't as you say, bro. I tell that to that fuck Donald right to your face, bro. Tell that right to your face, Donald. Just to let you know, bro. I mean, and that's where we need to be. We need to stand up like that, bro. To be like, I'm sorry, I don't remember asking you for permission.
It
I
really
don't
is.
remember asking you to protect my babies because you motherfuckers are hunting them on your island. I'm sorry, the sickness and depravity in that, bro. Like, I mean, I've had conversations with God about this. Like, what is it that we're supposed to be learning right here in this moment, Creator? What can we do to make sure that our babies have every advantage? Because I mean, the court system is broken. The family courts, especially the way that they attack me and however many other people out there in the world, just for money. It ain't about money, bro. This is about my relationship and the longevity of my children. That's what it is. Like, and if you're threatening that, I'm telling every single person, United States or whoever, I'm telling you, you threaten my children, bro, it will be the last thing you ever do. And that needs to be the message out there, thematic, all the way across the board. That's what I mean about developing societies in our communities. Again, bringing those societies back. We had blackface, brownface, redface. We've got people out there that are like the Star Paint Society. There's societies out there that take care of things. That's why I mean talking about the dog soldiers. That's why I carry that name, and that's why I carry it on my back,
Maybe we
so
don't take
people know that.
traditional serious anymore. I've
No, not
noticed
at
that.
all.
People ask me often, like, Patrick, you don't really go to powwow anymore. You don't really dance powwow anymore. Lost your, yeah, I did lose some. Man, I lost a lot of respect for a lot of dancers I danced with, man. I didn't.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to say, our bodies, we are one of the only animals outside of plants that uses photosynthesis to turn sunlight into energy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, when you're around people, you observe that person's energy, good, bad, or indifferent. I've been sharing a circle with women beaters and child molesters, and and I kind of backed away from it because when I said something about it, I got attacked from my own community going, "Oh, that was a long time ago. He touched that girl. He touched that little girl a long time ago, and he didn't know her age." You can't tell me. You can't tell a difference between a 9-year-old and an 18-year-old. Get off my ass.
Right.
You don't get a free pass. You don't get a free pass because it was a long time ago. A pedophile is a pedophile. Is a pedophile.
Is a
Period.
rapist, is a piece of shit.
So, do I
Yeah.
did like I used to? No. For the simple fact that my spirit got lost in it because no one takes tradition serious anymore. I spoke
No.
about I spoke oh my goodness, I made a big stink on Facebook about the jingle dress. I said,
Mhm.
I personally I don't really like seeing it in competition. And I knew I was gonna get some like, oh, you just hate, you're hating, and you're I'm like, no, I'm a practicing traditionalist. And
Mhm.
there and I've seen the magic and the power and the medicine behind the jingle dress performed in front of my eyes.
That's right.
And I said, well, how about every powwow, if you want jingle dress dancers there, you put allotment for your jingle dress dancers. Every jingle dress dancer comes there, here's some gas money. Here's some gas money. You bring those
Mhm.
women out, you show them the respect they earn. The not only they've earned, they deserve. Let them
Yeah.
have that first dance. Have them bless those grounds the way they're supposed to. Have them dancing over the sick. They shouldn't have to worry about gas money to and from your event. I'm not a big fan of that being in competition. And I've had people, yell at me going, oh, you're messing with people's lifelines. Isn't that like paying to pray?
It's the same thing.
I mean, that's how I see it. I mean, that's like buying sage or sweetgrass. You
We were
know,
talking about protocols, bro.
it is no protocol anymore. I've had guys reach out on me. I haven't even known that well,
Hmm.
asking for eagle feathers. And what I mean
Yeah,
by asking, I'm not talking about, hey, brother, I'm going to send you some tobacco. I'm going to send you some sage. I'm going through this time. I'm looking for some feathers. If you have something to spare, I mean, that's how I would handle it.
right.
If, if we weren't in front of each other and I needed them really bad. Nah, man, I got people reaching out to me going, hey, cousin, hey, I need two uprights. Well, you have two uprights. Well, I want to
Yeah,
change them out. Well, you don't need them.
right.
Well, I want two newer. And my feathers are the gift for people that need them. Do you need them? Well,
Yeah,
I have a pair. I don't really need them. Well, then you don't need them. There's a kid out there that have earned his feathers and can't get two eagle feathers I'm giving to. And then I get hell. Oh, and, you know, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just crying out loud. I'm taking it too. And I do say what other natives have said to me. I'm too serious. I'm being too sensitive.
oh,
Times
bullshit.
times have changed. People have changed. We need to move with the times. The traditions aren't what they used to be. We need to give them a pass. If we keep changing tradition, is it tradition? Maybe it's
Hmm.
a tradition to change the traditions.
I'm not laughing with everyone. I'm laughing at you.
And
Hey,
I come off of this high and mighty person, but I'm not. I've made my mistakes, but I made them the traditional way, and I got corrected the traditional way. I know what it is to have a elder male walk up to me and
hmm,
scold me for acting a certain way with my feathers, or mistreating a certain thing, or not and correcting me and pulling me to the side and doing it the right way and
hmm.
scolding me and me bringing and after they scold me and I feel bad about it, I still bring them tobacco and thank them for their teachings they handed me.
That's right. And that's what's missing right now, okay? When it comes to communicating, and we want to know what you think, people. We want to hear your voice on this right now.
Yes,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
mean, are we alone in these feelings? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to speak from experience of being out there when an elder would grab the microphone from the whole powwow and just, all right, cut it off. I got something I need to talk about real quick. And they'll get up there and they'll just lay everybody's ass bare, right? Not in a bad way, not in a mean way, but an incentivizing way, in an ascended way when it comes to carrying eagle feathers or when it comes to carrying ourselves in a good way. Walk in beauty. I don't hear that terminology used anymore, except for really close in around the Native American church circle, for instance. Walk in beauty. What does it mean to walk in beauty? It means how we approach everything in our life is done in a way that promotes health and wellness for those that we love, and including ourselves. That's something
Absolutely. I'm
that's
gonna
disappearing.
let me interrupt you just for a second. I'm gonna read some comments
Yeah,
because they're not coming up on our B&B
yeah.
podcast is not broadcasting right now. It's just coming through our personal ones. So our
Hmm.
comments are only coming through our personal ones. So on my
Right,
side, Ashley Brooks, my beautiful wife, said the list needs to be every event easy to and accessible. Absolutely. Talking
right.
about the house. Gloria, California, Texas was Mexican territory long before the U.S. was ever established.
That's
Absolutely.
right. That's
Brian,
right.
what's up, gentlemen? Thanks for coming in, Brian. We love you, man. Mario Sanchez, my brother, he always comes in and says hi to us. He said, Creator, nature yourself. It's all we need. Absolutely. And Brian also said, the gray area is whose tradition? Exactly. There is no gray area. There's no gray area because there's no tradition within gray area. There's either wise
Hmm.
right, wrong, or indifferent, and there's no indifferent because either wise you don't want pedophiles around your kids, or you do want pedophiles around your kids. There is
And
no
that's
there's none of this.
true.
When it comes to people that beat on women and touch children, there's none of this. I just no, no. This means yes. I'm sorry. That means yes. Yes, you want it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here, and I'm going to articulate a little bit more. After, being in my political science classes and my, social science and my psychology classes, I've learned a few things more recently in my life about the structure of gossip, for instance. or what they call the 13 propagandas. These things are used like not sparingly all throughout the day on Fox, CNN, in Congress. When the chairman of the committee is clapping back at the senator or whatever, okay, and they're screaming to reserve their time, and you've got people that are going back and forth, Pam Bondi and all her bullshit. You know what I mean? Denying all of the things that are being said, saying they stand firm on
That,
justice for
that
human trafficking victims.
was,
It's like, bro, just like that lady said, they're not victims, they're survivors. But that's what I mean. They use propaganda built in the entire platform. I mean, everything in the dichotomy of Americana, for instance, is designed to keep you, first of all, wet-brained and consuming and completely indigent. They want you without. They want you to not be focusing on anything important in your own situation. They want you to forget about your own power and place the power in the hands of them. It's like this, Native community. I'm gonna tell you how I see it like that. Don't ever think that you're living in the third world, okay? The systems happening or the situations happening in your reservation or reserve communities right now are a direct result of colonial traumas that have been placed upon you and your family for over 7 generations now, 535 years, okay? That's how long this has been here. It's a succubus, an incubus, convincing you of your own failures and frailty. Meanwhile, trying to tell you about how amazing and powerful that they are. They're not. I want you to understand the Wizard of Oz, that little bastard behind the curtain there. He wanted you to think he was big and massive and this and smoke and lights and thunder and blah blah blah, blah and I said and it's just that little tiny dude behind the curtain that no one wants to pay any recognition to back there. And then once you find out he's a real softie, once they see that's what the evil they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know about the light that you carry within you. They don't want you to nurture that little baby that you have inside of you to protect you from addiction or abuse or violence or your mom getting hurt or your sisters getting hurt or any of those things like that. So in order for us to be able to return, first of all, we have to claim back our power, all of us together in one thought, one heart, and one action, like Uncle John Trudell used to say. One thought, one heart, one action. We can solve all of these, and we can kill the hate, the lust, the greed, and the jealousy in our communities. We can burn those seeds and explode them before they ever have a chance to take root. That's the 4 C's of destruction, like my bro Mark was always talking about. We need to be able to get back to that protective factors and making sure that we're sharing that goodness, love, and community so that we're not dealing with these predators coming in pretending to be our friends. And we'll have that predators list before us at our powwows.
check your mic for me.
Check one, check one.
You all your whole in my headphones, your whole voice changed and went real low and started echoing again. I don't know why.
digital, that's called digital latency. Sorry about that. It's the signal.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, your voice sped up on me like earlier in the broadcast. I was like, all of a sudden you were talking like, whoa, whoa, guy.
Good. I know it's not me. Very good.
And I want to apologize. I'm not trying to come from a place of negativity in this. I'm a solutions oriented type of person. I found myself like trying to argue points and facts with people, and we get lost and distracted in those things. I don't have to articulate anything other than for the fact that I want safety in my community. I heard about a couple of dancers out there that put their hands on women, and I was thinking to myself, this person's still out there dancing, bro?
Hey, bro. Brian said something. I want to address what Brian said. Brian said,
Yeah,
because we were talking about traditions.
yeah.
He's talking about whose tradition should we go by. I think that if Brian, if I'm not that, I think that's the question you're posing, whose traditions we go by, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if that's your question, I want to know. There are certain traditions that just go universal.
Right.
Right? There's certain traditions that just go universal. That I personally, I don't know every tribal tradition. There's a lot of them out there, but I have never heard of a tribal tradition of allowing the women to get beat or disrespecting the elders. That's what I'm talking about when I say traditions, universal traditions. There are traditions that are universal through all the land that if not all Native people abide by.
Mm-hmm.
And those are some of the ones I'm talking about.
And even the non-indigenous ones too.
Changes the traditions. Here's an example. Now, I'm different in a lot of ways that I try to live by respect of other people. I love the horse trot dance. I think it's the most awesome dance. I think it's amazing. I won't dance it. Why? It's not been gifted to me. That style hasn't been gifted to me. The people that tribe came from didn't come to me and go, Patrick, we want to honor you and give you this dance and teach you how to dance.
Yeah.
No, they didn't do that yet, or they may never do it. But I love watching it. But I don't need to, just because I love it doesn't mean I need to go and build a horse mask and a regalia. I won't do that because that's not respectful. Even if I could say y'all can go to hell, times have changed, I'm going to dance when I want to dance. That's not who I am. That's not the way I was raised. I wasn't raised that way. So, all right, Brian finally he said agreed. He understands where I'm coming from now. That when I talk about these traditions changing, it's the universal traditions. I remember when the whip man had real power.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when
the whip man is that terminology. Whip man means whoop that ass if you get out of line.
I remember when the whip man had power in the powwow.
Mm-hmm.
When the arena director wasn't just a figurehead. What he said, and he would kick you out of the powwow if you didn't go by the way he had things going. Like, you know what? Take off your regalia. You're done for the day. You're good. You're good. I've seen it happen. Like, you know what, dude? We don't want you here. You don't want to go by our rules, then we don't want you here. All right, cool.
Here's something that I've seen too, though, Pat, that might be a little bit easier for everybody to understand. When you go to these different homes, it's the same it's the same respect that you wish in your home. Whatever rules apply in your house are not contestable. Every place has their own protocols. Every place has their own dance styles. You got pipe dance in Ojibwe country. You've got Crow Belt over there and Crow Agency in other parts of Montana. You've got horse dance, horse tail style. You got round bustle. You got chicken dance. You got brush dance and feather dance. You got round dance. You know what I'm saying? And ain't got no square dance. We know this much.
But, I've seen times in my life where if I go to a powwow in a tribe that I'm not familiar with, I research. I research. I reach out to people from that tribe. Like, listen, I've never been to your powwow. Can you prepare me? What is seen as disrespectful? What is seen as respectful? Should I bring a gift to your tribal leadership? Is there a gift I should bring to your tribal leadership? Do you have, what's going to go on? Is there special things from your tribe that's going to be happening?
Sure.
There during that time. That way, I don't step on anybody's toes. I don't accidentally disrespect anybody. Research is a sign of respect. If I research your tribe that way, when I come to visit, I'm on your grounds, then I abide by the rules and regulations of your people. My people dance counterclockwise.
Right.
That's what we do. Always have.
Yeah.
Guess what? I don't dance at other tribal powwows. I don't dance counterclockwise. It's not a disrespect against my own people. It's a sign of respect for the land I step on. I'm on Crow land. I'm on Lakota land. I'm on Dakota land. Wherever I'm at, I'm on their land. Out of a sign of respect, I'm going to do what I feel is right. And there's a lot of different rules from a lot of different people.
Yeah. What's that term? When in Rome, right? I mean, not to use that one specifically, but and that's what it is, man. Like traveling up into Canada, bro. Like I said, I hit the record this year, 26 powwows in the provinces, 2.5 months away from the house. I come back here and my tomato plants are gone because the squirrels ate them. But I'm glad somebody ate them. They didn't go to waste.
Powwows this past year, and I went to two because our powwow stand, Five Feathers Fry Bread, our new company. Fry Bread is jumping off the chain.
That's right. Hold on a second here. We gotta definitely put this on there.
Five Feathers Fry Bread. Hey, y'all. If you didn't know, my amazing wife and our little small family has built a little company called Five Feathers Fry Bread. We're a food vendor that caters, that travels, powwow, social events, weddings. It don't matter. Yes, we serve way more than just fry bread. but that's what our
Damn right.
in serving fry bread up. We do everything from buffalo chili to deep fried salmon nuggets.
And here I haven't. I've been fasting more lately, dude. I'm trying to lose this fry bread belly that I have. You know what I mean? Well, it's Bannock belly when you're in the provinces, but I. And here I am waiting for some of that soup that you got, but seeing as how we're 3,000 miles away from each other.
It's time for you to visit the East Coast for a while.
Yeah. Hey, have you guys ever heard of Taco Burger and the legend of the Tacoma Monster?
I
So my Tacoma Monster is a Tacoma Monster burger like about this big. And that's what I'm bringing this coming summer since I have more. I've added so much to my setup too,
we're just
bro.
happy we had a Bucky's finally.
What, really?
Oh, dude, I it's an hour,
Interstate 81, right?
it is an hour and a half away from me, and me and my little family we take we take vacation trips to Bucky's.
Yeah.
The kids are like, we're bored. Let's go to Bucky's. We'll go to Bucky's and
Yeah.
just walk around for 2 hours and come home with poured pork.
Dude, they have so many good snacks, bro. Like, how you want to talk about like science and research and engineering my fatness? They planned this a long time ago. But I got to Bucky's in Texas, and there's like 58 lanes of fuel stations there. Like when you pull up, it's just this massive swath of fuel islands. And then you go inside. Yeah, dude, you feel like you're in a shopping center. It's akin to the TA truck stop out there in Des Moines, Iowa. The Iowa 80 was what it's called, but TA Petro bought them out maybe like a decade and a half ago, you know. Anyway, that truck stop is massive, and they got this huge chrome shop. It's like a playpen for over the road truck drivers is what it is. You know what I mean? Chrome shop and paint and lettering, stickering, all that good stuff, and then stuffed animals and all the other swag, that they sell. But I want to check out my idea, Pat. What do you think about a native theme park, bro?
Listen, a native theme park.
No, I'm not talking about something Hollywood type.
I can see the lawsuits coming. Listen, we're a bit wild, man. We
Yeah.
have, because the horse race they do out west, I would want that there, but you couldn't ride. You had to watch it. I mean,
No, and I think it's more of like we have dancers and singers that come there and they do performances and we have it's this kind of it's not like a theme like we're theming out rides and all this stuff just with native whatever. We can do that too, but it doesn't have to be anything stereotypical or racist. All I was saying is like a place, it's an educational place, you know what I mean, where you do live performances and you serve native foods and there is lots of rides, lots of entertainment, even native musicians, things like that, dude. Just an
let me
idea.
tell you what popped into my head when you said it. You
Okay.
know that dance they do in South America where they go on that high pole and spin around the pole tied to a rope. I was thinking people lined up. People lined up to get their ankles tied up to be spun around at bees.
Yeah, no, thanks.
We do buffalo chip tossing.
Uh-huh.
Buffalo chip tossing. We got to do some of the winter games we have here on the East Coast. Haudenosaunee people.
The teepee creep.
The steak. Oh my!
Yeah.
How many? Whose baby is it anyway? Res edition.
Hey, I've been doing this like the last 4 nights that I've been on. This is not a contest of who's the better drum, okay? I'm asking the community right now, Indian Nation for Indian Hill, because I love both of these drums equally. I got bros and uncles on Indian Nation and nephews, and then Indian Hill, same thing. Spaz and DeWitt, bro, deadly singers. Who's your favorite drums though, Pat? I haven't even
I
really
do
asked
not
you that.
have a favorite drum for the simple fact that I found drums that 20% of their songs is not my taste, and then that one song lights me on fire. Like I mean, shoot. And some of my favorite drums, I don't think really around much anymore. Like my favorite drum I grew up with was the Boys.
Dude.
Huge the Boys fan. You know
Okie
what
Claremont.
I mean? Mystic River back in the day. would blow the roof off any powwow. We want to talk about Otter Creek back in the day, and you can't leave out Black Lodge, Northern Cree, Wild Band of Comanches. I love Wild Band of I never liked Southern songs. I was never a Southern song type of guy. Yeah. But Wild Band of Comanche, bro, they bring it. Wild Band of Comanche, it messes me up on that beat sometimes, but they're just so amazing. I love watching them.
What's the uncle's name that worked over there at the Smithsonian? We had him on the show with us.
Oh, the Zotai singers.
Zotai.
Zotai singers have been around for a hot minute. They've been a champion.
8,000 years.
They've been a champion drum for many years, and a big shout out to Dennis Zotai out there. Great human being, helped curate the DC, the Native American Museum in DC.
Right.
He's the reason that place runs like it does in a lot of ways, because he's put so much work into it, and he puts a ton of work into the community. Same way with my cousin out there, Lewis Campbell. Right. Everybody knows Lewis from his face paint mop top, but he does more than just dance. He also helps run the Baltimore Indian Center for the dancers. So he leads
the Baltimore Indian Center.
Yeah.
This is so cool. You know, this is the thing. Like, I could talk about the Daybreak Star Cultural Center in Seattle, and I can talk about, well, bow and arrow doesn't exist anymore the way that it did with, like, it's been a historical agency for indigenous community in Portland metro area forever. And then you've got, different, clubs. San Francisco's got a native club. Oakland's got theirs. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, prayers for Minneapolis, by the way. Want to say extra prayers for Minneapolis through all the shit they've been through.
You know why this happened? I can tell you why we have all these little spots.
Gerrymandering.
Nope. There was something that went on in the early 80s to try to get natives off the reservations and to the cities to work.
Oh, yeah.
In the same time when Reagan decided that he was going to send jobs overseas, and so many factories shut down. So native people had to go into the cities. So here on the East Coast, the three big hubs was the Baltimore Indian Center, Philly, and New York. Those are the biggest hubs because those were natives coming from up north and were coming down to work. So Baltimore Indian Center, when I was a kid, if you were native and you lived in Baltimore, you didn't have to worry about you didn't file for food stamps because they did it for you. As soon as you were native and you had tribal documentation, you brought that tribal documentation. They'd help you find a place to live. They'd help you find work. If you need food stamps or something like that, they helped you do that because it was a native community helping a native community. And as that started to change, like the Baltimore Indian Center and the Philadelphia Indian Center and the New York, the funding start going away for these clubs. They're basically, a lot of these places are a shell of what they once were in the 80s. That's where all that really came from, is from that, for natives leaving their communities, coming to the cities to get work. And so we created these Indian centers in these different cities to give you a community away from your community, so to speak. And let me tell you what, growing up in Baltimore, Broadway in Baltimore used to be nothing but natives. If you ever go to Broadway now, it's all Hispanics now, still native, just from a different region. But back in those days, it was all North American and Canada natives that were living in Baltimore, all down Broadway. The Baltimore Indian Center used to own like 30 buildings that they used to put natives up in. So if you were a native and you didn't have no place to live and you were looking for a place, you could actually rent directly from the Baltimore Indian Center, and they would help you get established and get yourself settled. And then you would move out into another place, and then somebody else that was in need would move into your spot.
Yeah. Dude, this is the part about like
Shelly Shell. Yes, absolutely. We will be doing this permanently. We are back permanently. I'm sorry for a hiatus, sis. We are back permanently. It's mostly my fault. Rod has been poking me with a long stick to get me off my butt, to get me back into behind the camera. Having this, my baby boy and all in the fry bread stand, it's been a lot. So we finally got everything situated and we're ready to hop back in this.
Yeah.
Big shout out to my cousin Michael Locklear. He's on the podcast with us, looking out. Me and Michael is cousins through blood, through our family, the Brooks clan of the Brooks clan there in Robinson County on that side of my family. And he's in here joining us. He's turned into a hell of a historian as well. And my man's been digging. Oh, absolutely. I'm proud of him. Wild Banner are my in-laws. Stop bragging. And Brian said Wild Banner Comanche is his in-laws. I told him to stop bragging because
his cousins.
More. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kozad, yes, absolutely. You can never forget Kozad, one of the top drums ever, I would say. Kozad.
Oh, dude, that's what I was just talking about Kozad the other night. Like, dude, those dances be.
Dude, have you heard the fancy dance that Wild Bandit Comanche does?
Mm-hmm. I heard a lot of their songs.
How people don't pass out during that song. I don't know how. I really at a point you just need to stand. They go so fast that you shouldn't even move your feet. Just vibrate because they're going so fast. You can't keep up with the drum. Them boys are.
You just have to sit there and really throw your shoulders and whip your sticks even more. Hey, I wanted to say real quick, bro. Juno Awards, March 26th through the 29th out there, man. On the east side provinces. I think they said, what is it? Ottawa. It's in Ottawa this year. So that's the capital city of Canada, Ottawa, Ontario. And so one of the bros, Dakota James, those guys were nominated for a Juno this year, the Bad Eagle Singers. I want to send a shout out to my cousin Gary Villa, my nephew EJ Denny, and then Dakota James, Colin Stonechild, all those guys that sing with that drum. Preston Tom, there's other singers that jam out with them too. My nephew Georgie sings with those guys too. But hey, we want you to make sure and put your vote in. I don't even know if they have a vote system, to be honest with you, dude. But the Junos are the Canadian Grammys, right? And a lot of awesome Indigenous artists, Joel Wood and Fawn Wood and Tia Wood was on there last year doing a live stage performance. So it's just good quality Indigenous entertainment. We want to start bringing more Indigenous entertainment, and that's what we're going to build up in this year for sure.
So last time we were on, we were talking about shows that are natives. That a lot of the shows were going on in Canada, and I had a lot of my American brothers and sisters here that say, "Hey, they can't catch any of the native shows." So I found out how you can watch the native shows in Canada. It takes a little bit of work, just a little. If you have a laptop, or it also works on your phone, and you want to watch a native show, download yourself a VPN. A VPN. What that allows you to do is become a non-independent Wi-Fi user, meaning that you don't have a regular steady IP address to your home. So they don't know where you're at. So you can literally get on a VPN, put Canada in, and it will show you every TV station or every show that's in Canada, and you can sit and watch it. And it's not just Canada, it's all over the world. So I don't know if you want to watch the sports in Germany, but you can watch the sports in Germany.
That's right.
That's what I keep up with. Like, there's a lot of good native shows in Canada that I'm jealous that they don't show down here. So get the VPN allowed me to watch it. Like I didn't have to. I watched all the seasons of Mohawk Girls, which is now on Netflix.
Hey, did you watch North of North? Did you watch that one?
North. You can actually catch that here in the U.S. now, but it's been on Canada for a while. So to just give you a quick hint, if you want to watch native shows, good native programming, you get yourself a VPN and watch those shows. You can watch native news, you can watch native programming, comedy, whatever the case may be. And hopefully our show gets popular enough that maybe they'll put us on up there as well.
Dude, I'm telling you. Hey, I want you to hit my bro up. This is Canada customers only at this moment in time. And they have Crees is an international company, so you guys need to know that international, as in Tribes International, not U.S. and Canada, because we claim sovereignty over Indigenous businesses under every premise. But the best smokehouse jerky you're ever going to have in your life, I guarantee. I will actually, when I get some down here in the next couple weeks or a month, I'm going to send some to my bro Patrick, so those guys can get it. They're going to probably end up fighting over or you split it in half and share it, like loving. Or you know how they shared the noodle in the what was that the Fox and the Hound where they shared the spaghetti noodle?
There'll be no fighting in this house. My wife house. I get what she says I can have. That way
Mhm.
I can chew my food without worrying about something.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, this is I'm really glad. I'm really glad that you have somebody keeping you in line like that.
She's amazing. Nah, she lets me act the fool. Uh,
Yeah. So if
shout out.
you guys want that good jerky, there's some available right now. Canada customers only, I'm telling you right now. Look at the Cree's Smokehouse jerky page. So you guys want to find out and you guys want to place orders in Canada, Post Canada will deliver is usually, you know, the same amount of time getting stuff around in the provinces in nation, the same as it is here in the US. But international shipping is completely different. It's like a 3 weeks to a month long to get it past customs and all that. So you'd be waiting, you know.
You're coming in echoing again for some reason.
That's weird. Hold on. So the question now to all of you kids out there, is it Bannock or is it fry bread? You know what I mean? I mean, because everybody's like, well, you know, but Bannock's different. Bannock's just different. And I don't know if you've had really like classic
I am more of a
bushel
fan.
Bannock.
I'm more of a fan of fry bread. Uh, per,
Yeah.
personal Bannock's a little too thick for me. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But it's not bad. It's good.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, I'm gonna go. I'm a fry bread guy. I'm going with fry bread. You know, even though it's unhealthy as hell, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Have you ever made olive oil fry bread with like some pesto sauce? Have you ever tried that? Have you ever gotten creative with fry bread like
Oh
me?
yeah, we do. We now do what we call fry bread balls in our food stand,
Mhm.
where we take fry bread, turn it into small little balls, and then as it comes out of the fry bread, as it comes out of the grease, we throw it directly into sugar and cinnamon
Just call them balls.
balls. We call them buffalo nuggets.
15, 16 balls. Yeah.
That's
No, I put chocolate chips and drizzle in there, like chocolate syrup drizzle on the top of the bread when it's done. But like, so you use Hershey's chocolate syrup and then, you know, chocolate chips. As soon as you get those chocolate, oh, I heard that adjustment just then. That was cool. Anyway, but then, you know, you cook it just like you do. Deep fry it, a couple, you know, minute and a half, 2 minutes like that. Pull it out like that. Little bit of sprinkle of powdered sugar, and it's just the dank. Dude, I'm getting hungry talking about this.
Shelly, Shelly out there said, Ron, it is good to see you laughing and smiling. Man, you got a lot of prayers coming your way. People watch your stuff and they understand what you're going through a tough time and they love you. I love seeing that. Thank you so much, Shell, for showing that love. Yeah, I got to give it to Ron, man. I understand what he's going through. Our prayers and thoughts are going with you at this time. It ain't easy, you know.
I,
But
I really appreciate that. I want to let everybody know that too. Like I actually, and I'm going to be honest, I resigned my math class this term because I was so overwhelmed. I would not I'm not afraid of maths. There's like 174 maths. I'm like, dude, I have barely even learned like two. But I'm still both of my classes are lab classes, so I've got geology and biology this term, and then I'm taking an art class as well. But I'm also working 20 hours a week, and I've been working my butt off to bring the powwow to Mount Hood Community College. And this is what I'm going to do when the money's there, not if, but when. I'm bringing Pat and his family out too to come and spend the weekend here. I mean, I'm going to even open up my house. I'll set up whatever air mattresses or whatever I have to do to make sure that everybody's got a place to sleep. Kids
we're
are
old
taken
school,
care of,
man. The
all of it. You
floor
know what I
don't
mean?
bother us at all. We old school, man. If we come to somebody else's house to have a good time, we old school. We'll make pallets on the floor. We'll all sleep together, man. That's how we do it. We still do it that way. We
Yeah,
even our house in Virginia here, we keep an open door policy for Native people that are traveling. So if
yeah.
you're coming from north to south or south to north and you're traveling out this way, don't stay in a hotel. Reach out to me. Say, hey, Pat, we're in the area. We need a place to sleep. We always have a bed open. We always have fresh soup. Speaking of,
Yeah. Dude, and here I want to share something real quick. I've got another brother whose name is Pat. His name is Patrick Mitsuing, and he's the founder of Powwow Times on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I just got to establish a really good brotherly relationship with this young man and his family over the summer, traveling to different events. Dude, going to Saskatoon, check it out. Saskatoon Center was dope, right? And he had me going and interviewing different dancers, like Uncle Sheldon Scalplock Sr., one of the dopest chicken dancers on the circuit since way back, bro. You know what I mean? His son is a badass dancer too. Junior's a badass dancer, and even bringing up baby, you know what I mean, into that. What'd you say? You cut out on me. Oh, there you go.
Keith Sharphead.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude, he's his chicken, man. It makes me want to change my whole style.
Mm-hmm.
Watching him dance, man, just a chicken. He's one of my favorite chicken dancers out there, man. Keith Sharphead. Oh my goodness, one of my favorite.
Always talk about legs, bro. Talk about legs. It's leg day, like every other day for dancing. You get up and you dance. I walk every day now. I mean, I'm walking to school and back, and then it's uphill. It's not both ways uphill, okay? It could be.
barefooted.
Dude, there's dancers out there that like who am I gonna say? One of my favorite dancers out there that I can say right now. My nephew Jesse. He's a Klamath Modoc kid. As a matter of fact, his outfit, dude, it trips me out because it's his own style, but he rocks it so well. You know what I'm saying? You see how people like, or Charlie Kintall, bro, one of my bros up there, he's a wicked chicken dancer too up there. I seen him at Enoch and a couple of other powwows up in the provinces. That was dope. You know what I mean? But everybody that brings their own flair and original style, you can have the outfits. Depending upon your style, each outfit looks similar, but it doesn't have to be like the same. That's what I love about being on the floor with my dance brothers. You know what I'm saying? When I'm dancing out there, even in intertribals with everybody, just to see everybody's flair and their style. Like, and people will say this, even Justice is going to say this. I can already hear him right now. He ain't got a lick of beadwork on him. Dude, I'm broke, bro. And beadwork costs a lot of money. Ladies, if you would bead for me, I swear to God, and I'm not saying this as in something weird. If you bead for me, I will do whatever it takes to get some beadwork, some real like quality cuffs and some bands for some leg bands, for up above the calf muscles and stuff like that. Unless I'm rocking my leg round muscles. Hey, I haven't even built them yet, but beadwork is important and it does look beautiful. You know what I mean? But if it's strategically placed, you don't need a lot of beadwork. Just saying.
It's true. It's true. Someone made a statement on my Facebook a while back is these outfits are getting so outlandish that no one gives a damn about the footwork anymore. I can't really argue. I mean, I grew up in the 80s. Regalia looked very different from what I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see this amount of beadwork on everybody when I was growing up. You just did. You see more paintings. I mean, remember the crazy bustles fancy dancers wore back in the 80s?
Yeah.
It looked costumey.
That's what I was talking about, the bustles in the late 80s and early 90s, and just them spikes are like up here above their. They come in, they're just rocking, going for it, bro. Matter of fact,
if the wind blew too hard, I'd have flew away in the 80s.
Damn right.
Just whew, whew.
Looking like them Third Mesa Eagle dancers down there in Hopi Land. Or Pueblo territory.
One of my favorite dancers is actually my nephew as well. I've watched him grow up. I've watched him dance. His name is Ira. And I think he changed his name to his mother's last name now. It used to be Ira Eagletail. But by his mother's last name now. And Ira is also a Marine, joined the Marines, and watching this kid grow up over the years, dude, he's a men's traditional dancer. And when he dances, he's always been a good dancer. Even when he was like 12 years old, I used to dance with him in the circle. And I'm like, man, this kid's already at my level. At 12, 13 years, he was already at my level at that point. And now he is, I think Ira now just had his baby. is like 24, 25, and the kid can work, bro. That kid, I don't want to call him a kid, the young man, that young Marine.
The young man.
And I have so much pride and respect for him. And he's one of my favorite dancers. Every time a video come up that he's dancing, there's a couple of videos him dancing in his Marine uniform. Dude, sharp.
Yeah.
Just sharp watching him dance. It's moving. Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Rooster Tops guy, one of the bros out there, Rocky Boy Rez.
High Elk.
High Elk.
Yes, that's his last name now.
Ira High Elk.
High Elk. And the kid is just, if you put his name in YouTube and just watch him on some of his videos, I was like, the kid's amazing. Kid's absolutely amazing.
I was thinking about we were talking about leg work and footwork. Like I know one of my bros, like that's what I was talking about. Rooster's got good leg work. He lifts his legs off of the ground and his feet come up high. There's old rules about how the chicken dance championships, world championships are. Like there's a pedigree to that too. Like, and people, your whole body has to be moving. And they straight up said, if you're not, then they'll pull you off the floor. Like every part of your body needs to be moving during a chicken dance. And there was some spins and arm movements and things like that, but contemporary chicken dance is not old style at all. Yeah, I'm talking about throwing those arms in there like that, look like you're rolling it up. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then the shoulder work, you got to be really good with the shoulders.
I love the old school stuff. I'm going back to grass dancing. I grew up grass dancing. Going back to grass dancing. That's what I'm working on, trying to get my fat butt back in shape. And I miss it, bro. It's one of those dances for me that I'm just ready to go back. I love my men's traditional. I love my bustle. Bustle has been with me for a while now, and my brother hooked me up with it, man. But I'm ready. I'm missing my grass. I'm ready to start dancing grass again.
Dude, the reason why I put this banner up on the bottom, powwowtelevisionnetwork.com, I want to let everybody know the website is not finished. I am not as savvy as my brother, for instance. Nick can get all these things done easily, like because he's way more savvy on computers than me. I am good with computers, but not great. Not until my next computer or my first computer class next term.
I want to give a big shout out to my niece, Ita White. She's down in North Carolina. She's a young musician. She does a lot of.
Oh, she's the one that you posted on her live stream videos. Dude, yeah.
She's going to be a star. She's already a star to us. She's going to be a big star one day. And now she's starting to find her traditional root. She's starting to really get involved in her traditional roots. She's bringing that in. She grew up in a traditional family. I think she's got 7 sisters. She's got 7 sisters, all of them beautiful, talented young women.
That's awesome.
I named everything them girls did. I'd be here on the podcast for 3 hours. They're just amazing.
That's the DNA in our kids, man. All of our indigenous kids have talent just pouring out of them, bro.
Absolutely.
Pouring out of them. And she's exceptionally good singer. As a matter of fact, it would be awesome to get her to come on, even if it was for only like a half an hour or something like that. So
anytime she wanted us to come on, we'll plan it out. She'll come on and maybe play us a song.
Yeah, and and there's more Native artists. I'm trying to get Matt Mack up there in Canada. This young man was born without eyes. Let's say that, but
I know who you're talking about. Music, young rapper.
Well, he's an R&B singer, and he's pop and R&B.
The song, "The Reservation Storms."
Yes,
that's exactly what song you're talking about. Yeah, that kid's talented, but he's got a hell of a voice.
Stella Standing Bear, I'd like to get her on too, and the little bro Josh Savell, the native, like to get him on. He's been rallying the forces.
Let's reach out to the community. Who do you guys want us to bring on? That's a great question. If you're a special native person, artist, business owner, celebrity, celebrity that we can actually get our hands on that you'd like to see, don't be asking for Wes Studi. He doesn't really do interviews like this, and there's no way in the world to get a hold of him.
Adam Zon McLarnon, maybe Zon McLarnon.
Actually have connections to Adam, so that's a possibility. So Adam, a possibility. So if there's any natives out there you'd like to hear on, if there's subject matter that you want us to talk about, or subject matter you want us to talk about, Write them below. Put them in the comments. This show ain't about me and Ron just blowing air. This is about the people. We want to talk about this podcast is about talking about things we only talk about in our living rooms, things that need to be brought to the public eye, things that need to be talked about, things that need to be addressed. Because it's enough of the secrecy, is enough of the we'll handle it ourselves bullcrap. It's time to make this stuff public. Time to make this stuff available. It's time to put some names, some of this stuff.
Dude, you were talking about Adam Beach. Adam did his winter challenge in a fucking swimming pool down there in Malibu, I think. That's like gangster, bro. I remember that old man out there with his cane. It's in the Rockies, bro. Like probably 18,000 feet. It's the middle of winter. They find this icy creek up there, and that old man, he's standing in his skivvies, barefoot on the snow.
I can't hear you at all.
That's weird. Hold on a second. Are you sure? Hello.
Yeah, your sound just kind
Hello.
of straight out.
Okay, well, anyway, he's up there busting through the ice. Next thing you know, he's getting in that water like that, and he starts bathing himself off in this icy creek, and he stands there like no big deal. To me, that was the dopest ever. But I'm going to say something about Adam Beach real quick, okay? His portrayal of Charles Eastman in that movie, Bury My Heart in Wounded Knee, was, I think, one of his best performances he ever did, bro.
What you're saying is important, and I don't want you to waste your air. I can barely
Yeah.
hear anything coming from you. So let's ask
I
the
don't know.
audience. You guys hear Ron clearly? Because this is an important story. I want him to be able to share.
I
Uh,
really want to get these comments back on here too, man. When it comes to the ones on our actual live stream.
we got 28 comments.
Oh, damn.
All right, Michael said he hears you pretty clearly, so apparently it just must be between you and me.
I think so. And it's been happening that way. We're going to get this whole entire sound situation worked out over the next couple weeks, guaranteed. Like I'm going to make sure we're all dialed in appropriately. I actually seen a really awesome looking audio interface that I'm going to buy for him.
Heard you fine. So you go ahead and carry on, and I'm just going to work on this piece of crap of a headphone set I have right now.
We're gonna get it lined out, everybody. It's gonna be so awesome. As a matter of fact, I'm investing in gift cards, and we're gonna be doing other giveaways and stuff like that. But what we want to do is encourage people, the native artists out there, bead workers and quill workers and ribbon shirt makers, and all of those people like that. If you have stuff that you want to advertise, we would love to talk about your stuff on the show. Hey, man, I know there's a lot of native artists out there that would like to be making money. As a matter of fact, what I'm structuring, the reason why I was talking about Powwow Television Network.com, one of the major reasons why I was talking about it is because when we bring it up, we're going to have Powwow Jams 24/7 live stream. We're going to be connected with Powwow Times, and if everything works out right, we're going to be hooked up with powwows.com and syndication as well. So when you're driving down the road and you don't have time to be looking at your phone because you're paying attention to the road, young people, no texting while driving. No, we want you to be able to hear the powwow in digital, Dolby Digital. That's what we want. We want you to be able to hear the powwow. It just feels good, man. I'll tell you what, sometimes I just put the powwow on in my headphones just to hear the environment. I don't even have to be there at all. Next thing I know, I'm cooking myself a sandwich or something like that. It feels like I'm standing in line waiting for the vendor to finish my order or whatever. Or I'll start dancing around while I'm doing homework and whatever. But this is the feeling that Powwow Jams 24/7 live stream is going. I'm in development of making these things right now. So when it's fully functioning, we're gonna have Powwow Times audio. We're gonna have powwows.com audio, and we're gonna have other native businesses that are advertising 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what this is. Plus the native market, the indigenous market, the Powwow Television Network, PWTN Marketplace is what it's called, is for all indigenous vendors to have their own store, and I have nothing to do with your earnings. Plus, there's sales protections. We were talking about this before, Pat, about when you sell items and people getting ripped off. We've got customer protections now where you can see the customer will deposit half the money up front so you can see it, but the artist can't touch it. The next step is when the artist is sending the product that they made for sale to the person, the other half of the money is deposited, but only until they receive the item in the mail, then they can release the money in its entirety. Unless the customer's paying for shipping, of course. Then you can work out those details with them too. But these stores are for everybody, and that's why I'm encouraging that business right now. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me okay?
I can barely hear you. It's got to be my headphones. It's okay.
You know what? Pull your microphone up again, Pat. Pull your microphone switch it up and pull it back down real quick. And then pull it back down again. Okay, try it now. Yeah, your volume totally went quiet. This is okay. This is I know it's kind of do, 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 do.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. But
Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. I just switched the microphone over to my desktop.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
We're gonna get the levels right, guaranteed. Can you hear me on your laptop? Okay.
Yeah, go to my laptop. Fine.
Oh, and as soon as you leaned in like that, your volume came right back to where it was with the headphones on. Yeah. I know. What the heck? I know we're gonna get this isolated, and this is one of the things that I guarantee, bro. In the coming days and weeks, we're gonna have it really working in our favor. Like I said, I'm gonna send you some lavalier mics like these. They're only $25, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, good. I can take these off.
Good. There you go. But this is what I'm investing for you. Because I think these are going to work better as soon as I figure out my settings on the iPad. You know what I mean?
Right.
But hey, this was just our opening set, bro. We've got all the time in the world. I was thinking about. I think we're set on 5 p.m. West, 8 p.m. Eastern for now. I mean,
yes.
At least on a schedule.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's exactly. I think that's exactly what we need.
I was sitting there listening to the background music like this.
Can everybody hear me?
Oh yeah.
Now that you can hear me real good, I'll make sure everybody can hear me.
Yeah.
Michael said he could barely hear me. Can you hear me now?
What I want to totally do is bring more people on, and then in the coming weeks too. I just want to have some good guests, man. That's what I'm really into right now. And as many people as we can get over the next couple of weeks to send us show ideas. That's what we're asking for from the B&B Indigenous Podcast. My brother from another mother, Patrick Little Wolf Brooks, and myself are always glad to bring the entertainment and the value of information to our Indigenous communities. And we want to say thank you. If you want to be a B&B Indigenous Podcast sponsor, don't be afraid to let us know. We have the email address that you can send your information to so that we can get you on our mailing list. That's going to be an important thing so that when we're doing promotions and giveaways and things like that in the coming weeks and months, that we don't have a hard time tracking you down and sending you your stuff.
I'm working on tickets to the Indigenous Comic-Con in Santa Fe, New Mexico, as well in North Carolina. There's 2 Indigenous Comic-Cons now that's going around, and I'm a big nerd, as you know. I do the whole dress up, you know. I love Comic-Con, so if you want to go to Comic-Con, let us know.
I would love an Indigenous Comic-Con.
I'm going to work on getting some free tickets to give out to some viewers and listeners to come out to Comic-Con. We need to start supporting this community a little bit more. I'm starting to see it grow, starting to see this community grow. There's a lot of native nerds out there like myself that love our comic books and love our superhero flicks. And that's good stuff coming to the future. This is just the first show. This was not even really a show. It just turned into a show. This was supposed to be just a computer check, make sure we can hear each other and everything real good. So I'm happy that it turned into what it turned into.
That's right. We ain't got no problem chopping it up like that, just like celery and stir fry, bro. It's just meant to be.
That's meant to be. It's meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it a night tonight. I just want to say thank you for allowing us back in your house, back in your cars, back in your phones and your computers. Once again, the B&B Indigenous show is back in progress every week. Like Ron said earlier, we're going to be here on the East Coast. It'll be 8 p.m. Friday nights until powwow season really kicks off, and then we're going to move it probably to Wednesday nights. That way, no one misses our program when they're out there powwowing and traveling. So it is recorded live as well on YouTube, so you can find us on YouTube. Next week, we will be broadcasting directly from the B&B Indigenous Podcast. Tonight, we are not. We're broadcasting from our individual Facebooks as well as YouTube, but we're not tapped into the B&B Indigenous. We'll add this show to that when we're done. But right now, this is what we're at. So if you have any questions, concerns, comments, if you have any ideas how to make our show better, please let us know. We are always willing to hear and open to listen and understand and keep going.
We want you to like, share, and subscribe. We want you to keep pounding the pavement for us like that. We're going to make it worth your while. There's incentivizing happening. As a matter of fact, I'm bringing in the next 2 weeks, I'm bringing in the virtual spot check. So people that we get checking in from all over the Turtle Island, you know what I mean? And around the world, check it out. The more people we get on our show, the more chances you have to win. And I'm not going to tell you what the prizes are going to be, but this is going to be something, it might be monetary, it might be something else, but the virtual spot check. Hey, this is Charlotte over here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I want to give a big shout out and congratulations to those Lumbee people out there. Got their federal recognition. And congratulations. And their powwow coming up.
Throw it up.
I think the Lumbee powwow is coming up here. The fall, well, not the fall powwow, I think it's going on. Their spring powwow will be coming up around soon. Down there, Robco, we have, I don't know many events right now, but next week we'll have a list of events that will be going on in surrounding areas that you guys can attend. I'm getting ready for our social. I'm heading down to North Carolina to do some longhouse songs and dance around with some people. Enjoy myself.
So, bro. Hey, tell me what you think of this before we get out of here. I want to see. We're going to go through these. Check these out. Now we're both in the circle. Hold on. They've got the skinny ones. These are all the kinks and everything that's going on out there. We're going to be working through these. This is just, we're just working. And once we get through all the kinks, I promise you guys it's going to be top quality. It already is anyway. That's just how we roll. But anyway,
I gotta get that space thing you got. I gotta get that space. That thing looks too cool behind you.
Dude, $24 on Amazon right now. Maybe even cheaper on your Temu. Hey, we want to front for Temu. Temu, if you guys want to send us products to review for you, listen to me right now. Send them to us. We'll review them for you. You know what I mean?
As long as they're not copied off native artists. That was the Temu we had going on. A lot of native artists that were doing artwork that Temu was stealing from and reselling for like, I've seen a pair of earrings a lady was selling for $250. Not $250. It was $120. These beautiful earrings. I seen them on Temu for like 90 cents. And I was like, something's not adding up here.
My daughter's mother bought a traditional woman's yoke, looking like a yoke for a woman's traditional dress. And it was made out of, it looked like bedazzled, bro. That's like, it was fucking plastic. I'm like, hey, what the hell is this? And then it had fringe on it, but it was that, that vinyl car seat covering material that they use. I mean, it still looks legit when it's in a car, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
I order stuff all the time for that place, man. I'm horrible for. I ordered a heater for our bathroom, and it was supposed to look like a fireplace. You know, the big fireplaces. I was like, oh man, $19 ain't gonna be nothing. It'd be nice in the bathroom, right? See the little fire going. It came in the mail. It was this big. It was this big.
I got one in there in my bathroom right now. It's in the drawer. I don't need it.
It was that big, bro. I was rolling.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the B&B Indigenous podcast this afternoon and this evening now in Virginia in the city of Front Royal. I'm out here in the city of Troutdale, just adjacent to the city of Portland Metro here in Oregon at the moment. We hope you guys will tune in with us. Make sure, again, like, share, and subscribe. Get this information out to everybody. Tell your grandma, you know what I mean? We'll bake cookies together or whatever, you know what I mean? As long as we can get people to get on here and have a good time with us, we want that elder ancestral knowledge is what we want. The more elders we get to come on here and speak wisdom, bro, the quieter. You'll never see me more quiet in my life. As soon as an elder starts talking.
And listen, we're also going to be doing more of these more shows independently as well. As you know, Ron does. He'll come on here and do small clips and conversations with the community. I'll be doing the same thing. I'll pop on here from time to time and do some talks. So keep an eye out. So it's not just going to be on Friday nights. It could be on a Wednesday or Tuesday. It depends on what subject matters at hand.
Check-in shows. This is the thing about doing good media is that you're not just mandated to one time slot like that. If you have things that you need to get out, information that is needing to be discussed at that moment, that's what the B&B Indigenous Podcast is all about. We're interested in connecting all of the tribal communities across North America. We want to hear about your weather. We want to share your weather, what you're dealing with. Are you dealing with floods, snow, rain? Are you dealing with excess heat warnings? What are you dealing with? You know, we want to know what's going on in your communities. Or how you people are creating solutions and protecting your women and your children and your men folk like that. We want to hear about all of that stuff. So.
Absolutely, we're going to be putting news out on everybody. We're going to be doing weekly news blogs talking about what's going on in Indian country, everything from politics to babies being born.
Yep, that's right. And if you have any money that you guys want to send me right now just because you love me, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm only asking for like 25, 30,000 right now. That's all. Is that bad?
You're a resi ass.
Putting on it. What is that? What do they call again? The GoFundMe, just because. Not even any reason. Just a GoFundMe, just because. Hey, my name's Ron Belgard. I got a GoFundMe out right now. I just wanted to say, go ahead and drop a 20 in there. Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Listen, I don't even want 20. If everybody on this gives me $2, I'll be good. $2. Send me $2.
We are actually going to do a fundraiser for that because and we're going to have to figure out where the charity or the youth conference or whatever it is, when we start doing a fundraising effort like that, we really are going to be pulling out and saying, hey, you know, we're just looking for $1. Imagine this. Okay, there is 4.1 million people enrolled indigeneity here in just the United States, quote unquote. In Canada, it's another 3.5 million Indigenous people up there that are enrolled and recognized in their tribe. Okay, but here I'm going to say it real quick. If everybody donates just $1, just $1, bro. I was telling this to them over at the school there. I'm like, when I raise funds, all I'm asking for is $1. You have 13,000 students. That's $13,000. You know what I'm saying? That's not asking a lot. It's just asking for chip-ins because there's a lot of opportunity to be able to apply money like that into communal events.
Hopefully I can do what I did quite a while ago and do the Indigenous Bike Fest, where we raise money to get bikes for kids in communities.
Oh, bro, I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
So you know what we did last time is we raised close to $7,000. We bought over $7,000, 33 bicycles, and we were able to have them put together and shipped directly to families and put their name on the list that their kids needed bikes. So everything from little baby bikes to big kid bikes. It was a great thing. I would love to I want to do that again. I did the same thing with a coat drive a while back. We donated 3,500 coats to different tribal communities to make sure everybody was warm. Same thing with tennis shoes. Oh, I have one more announcement. Penn State is coming up. Penn State powwow.
Dude, I'm not going to miss this year. One way or the other, I'm going to figure out a way to get my happy ass over there and go traipse around on your basketball court. Is that what Buddy Radio said, Powwow Highway?
There you go. It is at State College, last weekend of March. My son, my amazing little man, is coming out to the circle for the first time and dancing. So I'm super excited. Nittany Lions, baby.
Did you see me racing up the Go Ducks? That's right. That's where we took it to Penn State this last year, or the fall season, football season.
I'm prepared for baseball season now.
I still want to go and jam out on their college campus. I think it'd be dope because Penn State is actually a really nice university, from my understanding.
All right, Ron, won't you play us out?
Yeah, we're gonna be doing it just like that. I just want to cut the music off like that because our outro is way badass. If you guys didn't see it yet, you're about to see it now. Anyway, I want to say thank you guys for checking in with the B&B Indigenous Podcast. We'll be seeing you again soon. Watch it.
Oh.